Assalamu alaikum, bacho. Today we are going to look at the building blocks of mathematics, right? इसमें जो हम पढ़ेंगे वो types of numbers, BODMAS, ordering and prime factorization. So, first of all, welcome to our first proper O-level math lesson. And before we start, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at a mathematics question and thought, I know how to do this, but somehow I still get the wrong answer, right? कभी होता है आपके साथ ऐसा कि आपने आपको लगता है कि आपको जवाब आता है लेकिन फिर भी जवाब जो है ना वो गलत आते हैं, right? That happens a lot, right? It used to happen to me too. And very often the problem is not difficult formula. It's something basic. A negative sign, the order of operations, a fraction, a prime factor. एक छोटी सी गलती जो होती है ना, one small mistake at the beginning, and the entire answer falls apart. So, आज हम जो है ना फाउंडेशन पर काम करेंगे. And I want you to think of mathematics like building a house. जैसे कि आप घर बना रहे हो. अगर फाउंडेशन वीक होगी ना, इस तो कोई चाहे बिल्डिंग चाहे जितनी भी खूबसूरत हो, डजंट मैटर ना. आपका जो वो उसको क्या कहते हैं, पेंट हाउस चाहे जितना भी खूबसूरत हो, अगर उसकी फाउंडेशन सही नहीं है तो फिर इवेंचुअली तो क्रैक आ जाएगा ना. सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू कवर फोर थिंग्स: टाइप ऑफ नंबर्स, order of operations, comparing and ordering numbers, and prime factorization. Now, none of these topics sound frightening, right? ऐसा लगता है कि मुश्किल है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होता. Because I don't want today's lesson to be frightening. But don't confuse basic with unimportant, right? ये basic है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि ये अहम नहीं है ना. These ideas show up everywhere in O-level math exam, and especially on paper one, where you do not have a calculator sitting there to rescue you, right? All right, तो चलो शुरू करते हैं. सबसे पहले तो टाइप ऑफ नंबर्स. नंबर्स होते क्या है यार? कभी सोचा है आपने? Numbers are not all the same, right? We put them in different families, right? जैसे कि हम लोगों को डालते हैं ना कि आराई होते हैं, बट होते हैं, मलिक होते हैं. इस तरह we just like people, numbers belong to different groups, right? And one number can sometimes belong to more than one group. कि अगर किसी बच्चे की जो है ना के वालिद साहब रहमान है, माँ बट है, तो वो दो ग्रुप्स में हो गए ना. उसी तरीके से sometimes the numbers can be part of the two groups. So first of all, natural number क्या होते हैं, right? Natural numbers are basically your counting number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Imagine you are sitting with your friends at a chai place, right? आप काउंट करना शुरू करते हैं अपने दोस्तों को. 1 कप चाहिए, 2 कप चाहिए, 3 कप चाहिए, 4 कप चाहिए. Those are natural numbers, है ना? अगर आप ऑर्डर करने लगोगे ना, आप ये नहीं कहोगे यार कि भाई साहब मुझे दो नेगेटिव 2 कप्स ऑफ चाय चाहिए ना, बिकॉज दैट डजंट मेक सेंस. तो नेचुरल नंबर्स जो होते हैं ना, वो हम नेचुरली यूज करते हैं. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 एंड सो ऑन. इजी. ओके, नाउ लेट्स एक्सपैंड द फैमिली, राइट? नंबर्स के अंदर होते हैं इंटीजर्स. इंटीजर्स include positive whole numbers like 0 and then negative whole numbers. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. All of these are integers. Now, where do negative numbers actually show up, right? And the negative numbers का क्या होता है ना, अगर आप सोचो तो बहुत सारी जगहों पे. आप लाहौर में रहते हो तो यहाँ तो आपको नेगेटिव सेल्सियस कभी नजर नहीं आती. बट इफ यू आर इन मरी और कोयटा और ज़ियारत, और इफ यू आर इन यूरोप और अमेरिका, यू माइट सी -5 डिग्री सेल्सियस. तो टेम्परेचर जो है वो दर्जा हरारत से जब कम होता है तो नेगेटिव में चला जाता है ना. तो दैट -5 इज एन इंटीजर. बैंक अकाउंट्स के साथ भी ये हो सकता है कि आपके पास सपोज 2,000 रुपए है, राइट? दैट्स अ पॉजिटिव नंबर. लेकिन अगर फर्ज करें कि आपने 2,000 4,000 का कर्ज ले लिया है बैंक से ना, तो नाउ यू हैव नेगेटिव 2,000 रुपीज, राइट? सो नाउ वी आर थिंकिंग इन द नेगेटिव डायरेक्शन. सो Integers help us represent quantities that can go above and below zero. Now, a quick question. Is 4.5 an integer? No. क्यों? ऐसा क्यों है? Why not? Because integers are whole numbers, right? No decimal part. And how about -7? Yeah, वो integer हो सकता है ना, -7. How about 0? 0 भी हो सकता है, right? Students sometimes forget that, right? I mean, कि 0 हो सकता है. Now let's move to a very important group. उसको बोलते हैं prime numbers. Prime numbers क्यों बोलते हैं? They are very special. Okay, a prime number has exactly two positive factors, 1 and itself. For example, 2, right? 2 को जो है ना आप 2 से भी divide कर सकते हैं और 1 से भी कर सकते हैं, 1 and 2. So 2 is a prime number. 3 को आप 1 से भी divide कर सकते हैं, 3 से भी कर सकते हैं ना. So 1 and 3 is a prime number. 5, yeah, 5 is a prime number. 7 is a prime number, right? Lekin, what about 6? Is 6 a prime number? Up 6 go 6, 1 divides by 6, right? You can also divide 6 by 2, so that would be 3. And 3 divides by 6, that will give you 2, right? And 6 divides by 6. So there are too many factors in 6, so 6 is not prime. Let this sink in. इसके बारे में जरा सोचो कि प्राइम क्या होता है, जिसको कि ना आप सिर्फ 2 नंबर से सेल्फ एंड 1 से कर सकते हैं डिवाइड. ठीक है? Here's an exam trap. What about the number 1? Is 1 prime? No. I want you to remember this. 1 is not a prime number. Okay? Why? Because a prime number must have exactly 2 factors. Remember, हमने बात की थी ना 2 factors होने चाहिए थे. But 1 only has 1 factor, 1. So it doesn't qualify. Now, another interesting point, 2 is the only even prime, okay? Why? Because every other even number is divisible by 2, right? आप 16 को भी 2 से divide कर सकते हैं, 24 को भी, 32 को भी, right? So once an even number is greater than 2, it automatically has at least 3 factors, 1, 2, and itself, okay? So 2 is a special, the only even prime number, okay? Let's do a quick mental check. Is 11 prime? Yes. 13? Yes. 15? No. Why? Because 15 can be divided by 1, by 3, and by itself, right? Now, 17. What about 17? Is it a prime? Yes. All right. What about 21? Is 21 a prime? Not prime, right? Because 3 times 7 is 21. So that's good. All right. Now let's move into a distinction that becomes very important later. Okay. Rational and irrational numbers. The word irrational sounds complicated. The idea is not. Okay, it's not a complicated word. Rational number is a number that can be written as a fraction, right? A fraction of integers. For example, 1/2, 3/4, right? 5. Yes, even 5 is a rational number. Why? Because I can write 5 as 5/1, right? 0.5 is irrational because 0.5 is what? Is 1/2, right? Do you get it? 0.5 is 1/2, right? Because that's 3/4. Even some repeating decimals are rational. For example, 0.3333, right? Continuing forever. That can be written as 1/3. So it is rational. समझ में आ रही है आपको बात है? अब irrational की बात करते हैं ना. Irrational numbers are different. These numbers that cannot be written neatly as a fraction for two integers. Their decimal expansions continue forever without setting into a repeating pattern. There are दो examples बड़ी famous हैं irrational numbers की. एक तो pi है and the square root of 2. All right. Pi starts 3.1459 and just keeps going. Right. The square root of 2 is approximately 1.4142 and it keeps going. Right? So these are irrational numbers. मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ जो याद रखना ना, this is a very useful way to remember it. Rational numbers can be expressed as a ratio. That's where the word rational actually comes from, ratio, right? Fraction, rational, right? Now don't panic because all these classifications, the main thing is to understand the kind of number you're dealing with. Natural number, integer, prime, rational, irrational. And remember that categories can overlap. जैसे हमने वो फैमिलीज की बात की थी ना कि कोई एवान आप एवान भी हो सकते हैं बट भी हो सकते हैं अगर आपके पेरेंट्स मिक्स राइट सो फॉर एग्जांपल द नंबर 5 is a natural number. It's also an integer. It's also a prime and a rational number, right? These are all one number, right? Several classifications, but have several classifications, right? समझ में आई आपको? अगर नहीं आई है ना तो आप इस वीडियो को रोक करके दोबारा से सुनो शुरू से, ठीक है ना? अब हम मूव होते हैं दूसरे पेज के ऊपर जिसको बोलते हैं BODMAS, राइट? BODMAS या BIDMAS भी कुछ लोग बोलते हैं, राइट? इसका बेसिक आइडिया क्या है? BODMAS tells us the order in which operations must be performed. B stands for brackets. O stands for orders, right? Things like powers and roots. D is for division. M is for multiplication. A is for addition. And S is for subtraction. So BODMAS, BODMAS. सबसे पहले bracket आता है, फिर order, right? फिर ऑर्डर्स का मतलब होता है ना जैसे कि पावर्स होते हैं रूट्स होते हैं, ठीक है ना? डी डिवीजन आपको पता ही है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन फॉर एम, एडिशन फॉर सब्सट्रैक्शन, ए फॉर एडिशन एंड एस फॉर सब्सट्रैक्शन. तो जब आपके पास कोई क्वेश्चन हो ना तो सबसे पहले आपने क्या करना है, उसके ब्रैकेट्स रिमूव करना, ठीक है ना? फिर उनके ऑर्डर्स को एड्रेस करना है, फिर आपने डिवाइड करना, फिर मल्टीप्लाई करना है, फिर ऐड करना है और फिर सब्सट्रैक्ट करना है, ठीक है? इसको बोलते हैं BODMAS. याद रखिएगा, राइट? आप पूछ रहे होंगे ना कि why do we need a rule? Because without one, the same calculation could produce different answers, right? Depending on who does it. Mathematics cannot work like that, right? We need one agreed system. So let's take a simple everyday example. Suppose you're buying snacks for a cricket match. Okay. You buy 5 samosas. Each samosa costs 30 rupees, right? And you've got a 50 rupees discount. So what is the bill? 5 times 30, right? Minus 50? Or 5 times 30 is 150 minus 50, your total is 100 rupees, right? That's fine. अब इसको दूसरे तरीके से देखो, right? Imagine somebody incorrectly puts the 30 minus 50 together first. So now you've got 5 times negative 20. So that's negative 100 rupees, right? तो शॉपकीपर आपको ऐसे तो नहीं देगा ना कि आपको एक समोसे भी दे रहा हो और 100 रुपए भी दे रहा हो, right? That's not how math works. The order matters, right? So let's take one more example. Work out 12 plus 8 divided by open bracket 9 minus 5 close bracket. Okay, don't rush. What comes first? Bracket, right? 9 minus 5 is 4. So we have 12 plus 8 divided by 4. what comes next? Division, right? 8 divided by 4 is 2. So now 12 plus 2, answer is 14. That is simple. But if you ignore the order and it's just to start calculating from left to right, you can very easily get the wrong answer. All right. एक और एग्जाम्पल ट्राई करते रहे, ठीक है ना? Suppose we have 3 plus 4 times 5. What is the answer? If you simply go left to right, 3 plus 4 is 7, right? 7 times 5 is 35. है ना? But that's wrong. BODMAS tells us multiplication comes before addition, right? So 4 times 5 is what? 20, right? But plus 20, right? So अब कितने हो गए? 23. 3 plus 20 कितने हुए? 23, right? So समझ में आ रही है आपको बात कि ये जो है ना, कितनी इजीली हम ये मिस्टेक कर सकते हैं अगर हम ये बोर्ड मैथ्स वाला पैटर्न यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं ना. So now here is something, a lot of people get confused about, right? Division and multiplication have equal priority, right? Addition and subtraction also have equal priority. So if multiplication and division appear together, you work from left to right. All right, listen to this. If multiplication and division appear together, you work from left to right. Same thing with addition and subtraction. For example, 26 divided by 6 times 2. We do not automatically say multiplication comes after division because D appears before M in the BODMAS, right? They are equal priority. Go left to right. 24 divided by 6 is what? 4. 4 times 2 is what? 8. Right? So the right answer is 8. Try doing it yourself. All right, let's do one with powers. 2 plus 3 squared times 4. 2 plus 3 is squared times 4. What happens first? The order, right? 3 squared is 9. Right? So now we have 2 plus 9 times 4. Now multiplication will come next, right? है ना? सही है ना? So 9 times 4 is what? 36. Then we're going to add 2. So 36 plus 2 is 38. That's BODMAS. Practice. Pause and practice a few times, all right? And this is exactly the kind of thing that matters in a non-calculator paper. Okay? You need control. You should not be guessing which operation perform next. It should become automatic for you.